Okay. This is literally just going to be 3 hours of grinding and hoping that Streamlock kicks in and saves me, because if we're 3 days into this week-ish long rescue event and I still don't have AUG, and that's not good. PP19 I will accept missing if I absolutely must, even though I would like to have her as well, but AUG, the chances to get her again are going to be so very low. This is the Chapter 2 auto battle, I believe. I didn't get a chance to send them back out. Shit. Oh well. Actually, we'll have your fill. Oh. You have your fill. You will be very important in the time to come. So will you, if things work out the way I want. Like, she's on the auto battle team for Chapter 2, hence why she hasn't gotten her stats filled as much. But oh, and we will fill them in time. I believe we're out of 2 stars, huh? Yep. 1 and 2. Not great returns for a auto battle, but it's cheap. What is... Hey, collect batteries. What is, even charge on? Only 2 you like me, that's weird. You're almost there, okay. It's because these 2 had seen use before on other teams, that's why. Everyone else here is new. 3,681. I can start sending them on the Chapter 3 one now. They don't have enough bodies or stats to be at their actual full power. Pardon me. Oops. Whoops. Get out here. Beep. 200. I need to go poke everyone for their hearts. Yeah, we got room to see a battery. So they're bringing the expedition feature, which is its whole extra room that needs batteries for upgrades, so I need to start stockpiling that shit in mass. It's slightly hard not to proc lifting them when I'm poking out the iPad at this angle. Oh well. Oh, with the pencil. If I just used my finger, it wouldn't be too bad, but that would defeat the point. Oops. P90 and K11 won't have a voice until like next week. Until shooting day. But hey, they're getting voices. Which is good. Since P90 is a star in the Halloween event maps, which are next week as well, after rescue events with no overlap. I'm gonna be streaming that too, because why not? Almost got the river by poking someone, or listening to someone even. I do need to give Spas her own squad. I do need to give Type 79 her own squad. Well, I will whenever, or rather if I ever get Type 97. Because Type 95, 97, and 79 make a nice little trio. 57 has such a squeak. Yeah, they make like a nice little trio, and I can stick like Ryby or someone in the middle to boost the ARs even further. I don't know, stick a handgun up front. We'll see. It depends if I get the 97 and the whatever it is, like the boxes. I don't know if you get them from levels or what, if you just get handed them. It does mean this needs someone to know about, though. Okay, might as well still be there. I'm only just keeping above 20,000 consistently, and I've sunk below a bit for ammo. I don't know how it dropped so far behind everything else, but it did. Might be because I was like feebling Echelon 6 a lot when I was doing Chapter 8. I feel like I was having this trouble even before Chapter 8. Anyway, this is the tactic. There's 2 echelons, one on command post, one here. Run them to the boss, get S rank, and match. And that. And that's literally it. That's just the whole thing. M4A this time. Who's MVP in this specific fight? It seems to vary a lot. It's like, it was for a while, like it was M16, even though M4 has like 5 bodies. For then, earlier it was randomly just SOP. It's weird. I don't know what procs it. I would like to note that even though there's like such a low EXP values for this map, everyone except M4 has gained 2 levels from across all my attempts of doing this, just through these low EXP gains. They were already near a level up, and then they got a whole full one after that. M4 has gained 1 level, and now she's hit like the point of, you know, like, what is it? What's the time? Diminishing returns. Like, the diminishing return is kicked in super hard, and I just get basically no experience points in this anymore. I remember when this fight gave me such fucking hell trouble. Very early on. It was a whole experience when the squad finally beat it. Echelon 3, anyway. I'm gonna have to replace them soon, and I'm kinda sad too. I might just put them in the 10 slot and leave them as a, you know, dedicated logistics squad just for their legacy. Because they are not able to, they're struggling to keep up with more things. They can't really fight like the Chapter 8 plus bosses anymore. They could barely fight the Chapter 7 Dreamer. And while they can't hold their own against, like sort of hold their own against regular enemies, they're beginning to show struggles there. Like they can't stop Diner Gate squads from reaching the front line anymore, for instance, and wrecking Ingram. Though they didn't lose Ingram to the Diner Gate squad at least. That's usually a sign where like, okay, you're reaching the limits of your power, your DPS or whatever. And finding that raw, like, CE kind doesn't matter all that much for how well they actually do. I didn't actually check the colors on this when I started. I mean, on my TV it looks fine. As in, on the computer monitor TV, the coloration looks fine for once. Not exactly like it is on the iPad, but the iPad screen is very different for a lot more color. Oops, fuck, didn't get the fairy on. Not that it matters, because placebo fairy, as she's called, gives such tiny boosts to the gain rate that it doesn't really matter, especially level 2. Skill level 2, but you know, it's like holding A when you're gonna catch a Pokemon. Any little manipulation of RNG in your favor, just fucking take it. I might do like the full map run and just, you know, like try and get the double S rank, basically. Because you can also get the rescue event drops from S ranking the map, which would require like on the lower difficulty you can do it in 3 turns. You need 3 echelons. I'm kind of. I probably shouldn't have sent the. No, because I need them to actually fight is the thing. You need all 3 echelons to fight. And Echelon 6, or 3rd echelon, who's on that, you know, not in training or off doing work, are a bit overkill for this map, and their costs are accordingly very overkill for this map. I already did my daily sim run before stream, otherwise I would have done it at the start just to show off the neural corridor, isn't it? Yeah, neural corridor stream. Sim Help. That's M16A1 up a level. Remember, they're all on the border of 90, which means they're all gonna want their 5th bodies soon. I need M4 and an AR-15 to get to level 100 before Singularity, because they get their Mod 3s. That's a whole thing that I don't... No, like Mod 3s were... No, they weren't, because like the last stream I did was... Wait, no. Yeah, okay. Last Girls Frontline stream I did was the last build event at the end of September there. And by that point, yeah, at that point mods are already out. Yeah, they released the neural upgrade system. Although, I haven't had a chance to show it off yet. You saw her anyway. I picked G36 one, I voted for the 4-star one, and I have her. And she is an incredibly good AR now. She was already a decent AR before. Pretty good the AR before even. But now she's like superb. Like she's one of the top tier performers now. And now she has her whole wee squad to herself. She does well by it. I haven't been using the Rescue Fairy. I know it means like almost literally nothing. It gives that literal performance. But you know, a true Rasta man does not gamble. That was a weird ass song. I first heard that line from it in a Mario Party Let's Play, of all things. Something awful Mario Party Let's Play. I don't know what to do with my mouse when I have the iPad on the rest, because he's just kind of in the way. Can I just tuck it in there? Sort of. Sorry. I'll do. Ish. Not that you click it there at least. I'll probably move a bit as I touch the screen, or I touch the screen too much. Right. Go. I don't have any quick training tickets, otherwise I would quickly burn the ferry up to level 4 or 5. I don't have the data to take it past that. Because I burned all my intermediate data, and I burned most of my advanced data getting G36's squad up to snuff. There's a lot to talk about. Like there's much to do. I did chapter 8 regular and managed the gold medal and everything. It was tricky almost solely because I was going for the gold medals first time without knowing what I was doing. I managed to do it, but it was tricky. The enemies there do hurt a bit because I don't have like gold tier equipment for everyone or anything. Mostly greens. But they did well. They got by. It took like several fights to wear anyone down, really, and that's kind of the mark for like a good squad. Some got a bit wrecked here and there, but oh well. The cost of bomb rushing. One 2000 squad actually saw their first like genuine proper action outside of like core runs and level grinding runs, and they put in a really good performance. Whenever I put them against something, they fucking wrecked it. Outside of I didn't put them against like a diner against squad because they couldn't handle that. Because the onslaught comes too fast. But against like regular infantry, shield bearers, even dragoons and all that, they did pretty well. They do have a taunt fairy with like a maximum skill level. To hide behind, and that was a large part of their survivability. But they did have the sheer damage output to take everything out legitimately. So hey. And they actually did fight the high rank destroyer. I sent them at that just because I was like, fuck it, like go for it. And they did it. Like M950A had to flee from pure damage, but she did it. The squad did it. And then I had to like call in my friends, even beefier AR SMG squad to deal with Dreamer, and even they could barely deal with her because she had a surprise super laser cannon attack I wasn't expecting. I might turn, what is it? The little skill announcements back on when I'm doing Singularity or doing future story chapters, because I don't know if Dreamer has a skill call for when she does her super laser, but if she did, would have been nice to see it. To be fair, I don't know if boss ones are on or off, even if you turn yours off. Yeah, like I want to stream the entire story up to this point, which is all the game's chapters, like normal and emergency chapters, plus Operation Cube and Arctic Warfare, which Arctic Warfare is actually directly referenced in the story quite heavily, so like they're not just like canon events, but they're actually integral to the overall story, which is nice. Like Fire Emblem Heroes events didn't matter one shit to its story. For instance, Grand Blues, some do and some don't. Well, like Grand Blue, like crossover ones don't. For instance, even some of like their own little side ones basically don't matter to the main story. Shit like that. So seeing this one, all the like same thing here. Like the crossover events aren't story, aren't like they're canon, but they're not like they're sort of canon, I guess. But they're not like they're not part of the story. Alright, so like I was going to do the full clear, but then when I was being talked at, I ended up forgetting that and just went for the fast one. I'm thinking about like, how do I do a full clear using 4 minutes on that logistics squad? Fuck it, we'll do fast ones until Echelon 1 are out, then I'll put Echelon 6 into that logistics instead. Because I won't have the power for any combat sim stuff until after 6 AM tomorrow morning. You can do the fast clear from either this helicopter or that one. This one's faster because you'll see it on your way across. And you pick the path of least resistance. In a way you can optimize things just through sheer repetition. But yes, I'm going to be streaming the Halloween. God, the pencil cannot activate the fucking fairy skill. I keep poking at it and I can't hit whatever odd hitbox it has. But yeah. The Halloween event is apparently just 4 exclusive maps, and I assume like a cutscene each. So that's fine. You know, that'll be a nice little stream by itself. We'll do that someday next week. Then after Demon X Machina, we'll be blasting this in the main game, but I will take like a stream or two aside to do Girls Frontline's full story mode. I think after I do the chapters 8, 9, and 10 once myself. Halfway through the emergency for chapter 8. And I haven't touched Arctic Warfare at all yet, actually. Or the second half of Operation Cube, which is actually here and available. I couldn't do it when Operation Cube was live. Wasn't good enough, but I am now. My units are all super beefy. They could do it. Especially since I think they actually nerf it for the archive, I guess, version. Give me a sec. Yeah, just clear my nose there. No, tried. Come on. Ugh. But yes, yeah, once I get AUG and PP19, I might forego I'll put auto battles on and try and get them, but I might forego trying to get TAC 50 and contender dupes, and just fucking like get back on with doing the story, beat chapter 8, get through chapter 9 and 9 emergency, then chapter 10 and 10 emergency, and then I will actually probably save my first view of Arctic Warfare for the story stream. It tells you where it's meant to come in, so like they start referencing it in story. Like chapter 8 opens with like 2 or 3 months after Arctic Warfare. That explicitly tells you that. And yeah, Ouroboros is actually also referenced in that chapter at one point. Not the same mission, but later on, she's actually referenced in like with a CG from Operation Cube, which is pretty sick. I like that they matter that much to the main story. They're only referenced offhand, but the fact that they happen, then they actually use a CG and all, or CGs even, is really nice. There was another story event, Deep Dive, which matters a lot for 45 and Team 404 in general, but that's not in the campaign yet, and from what I understand, isn't, strictly speaking, necessary for Singularity. but will be necessary for ones after that. At least that's what I understand, anyway. I prepared for it and it just didn't come. A day is a day in which I am disgusting. There we go. Oh, I heard the multiple beeps and it's like for like a very split second until I realized like poked it and got through. Because when it's your first time getting a T-doll, you're not allowed to skip her introduction, like the roll of the stars or her screen, until like her dialogue box is finished. Hey. Excellent. Alright, that was like 5. Yeah, it was this. I had them on ammo duty. Alright, here you go. Alright, we're gonna go for the double S. So you here. You here. You here. Echelon 2 are, that's like, I guess half formed in a sense. A half formed dedicated Knights AR SMG Knight Squad. Because like they're all like 991 and Groza, the 5-star assault rifle. I forget what her actual designation is, but her nickname is Groza in game, so Groza it is. Those two both have like super damage buffing abilities that only work to the full power at night. They're both referred, like 991 is nicknamed the Princess of the Night, and Groza is the Queen of the Night, if I'm right, in the fan base. And then there's AS Val, who if she had her mod would become the Usurper of the Night, or the Peasant of the Night or something. So she's Peasant of the Night now, because like she isn't that great, but her mod makes her into top tier. But yeah, like they're a dedicated Night Squad, they're coming along. I put originally Vector was on that squad, and she probably arguably is still the better pick because of her grenade or Molotov cutting through. Like, you know, it doesn't have an accuracy, it doesn't carpet accuracy, it's just that the chuck it and it will automatically do damage on anyone who hits and gets hit and walks into the flames. But I wanted to do the story, and Vector works really well in Echelon 1. I just realized I did the fast clear again anyway. It's just instinct, I was too busy talking. Okay, for real this time. Yeah, like now he's just there because I needed another SMG who's actually like very good at evasion, because SR 3MP Shrimp is not. She is extremely good at damage. I just need to actually get her, you know, her skill trained, get her to have bodies, get her leveled up, get her stats. M1895 or Nagant Revolver is actually almost there. You know, I can get 3 copies of her wherever the fuck. Groza needs her 4th body. Needs her 5th. I actually have a single dupe of her. In theory, I could give hers now. Whatever, like, it's not ideal because I wanted CMS, but CMS did not win the Group B vote, which in a sense is good because of the amount of time it's taken me to get AUG compared to some people I've seen. I don't know if I'd be able to get AUG, PP19, and then also CMS. So in lieu of that, I've been spending my daily builds on like SMGs. I actually got Suomi. She was a level drop in the A11. She was already in like the build pool for that, but she was there, but I didn't go for her. But no, I have her. She's apparently really good, but she relies on her ability to actually be able to dodge anything. So, you know, it needs investment to get up there. I might do it, but No, that's for the future. Right now we have so many guns who need bodies. Who need, like, mines, of course. And kind of crazy for expecting to be able to, like, get CMS and then also raise her up in tanks. I heard things about having contender for fighting a certain enemy in singularity, and I have a contender at like X3 level 50 something, so I might stick her on a squad and just in case I need her, but I need to level her and get even more cores or try for dupes during this rescue event. If I could get PP19, I will start putting auto battle, well, at least a auto battle on Chapter 6, because the problem with doing it that way is that Chapter 6 wants like 6,000 like manpower, ammo, and rations for each auto battle, and that's a lot more to like try and shrug off through logistics, even focusing hard on getting specific resources. Oh, sick. Oh, they're all back on the combat, so we're back to doing. Well, first you get sorted. And then what I've been doing is, because you know, like little baby squatter off doing auto battles for me, is just going down all the T-dolls I've used at one point but who didn't get their skills maxed and having them cleared out, so that the enhancement screen will only ever be who's currently being leveled, essentially. How well that'll do is up in the air, but hey. Like, we're past some of like, the worst ones, so hey. You know, there's still a few rifles you'll need a lot, but you know. 30. Who did I want to do with 30? That's right, K11. Welcome aboard. Probably actually hear her enhancement or dummy link line when, you know, she has one come Tuesday. I know, I did it again, I realized. I began talking about other game stuff. For real this time. I swear to you, it can be done, I just keep forgetting. It's just been a habit from it, get the hunter, killer, get the S rank, see it, I haven't got all of it, and end the map immediately to like redo. Then on the bus to work, bus home from work, I've been doing it in work, at lunchtime, whenever I go to take a shift. Sometimes at my desk while a test is running. I contemplated doing it during the presentations today, but you know, the senior engineer next to me would see, and he'd probably go like, "Oh, hey, come on," even though he kind of stopped paying attention himself at points and just went on his phone. But you know, standards for thee, not for me. He's a nice guy. I'm just saying. PC case just flexed itself in. That's probably one of the fans just kicking off or something, thinking about it. Yeah. And now you step off to that. You go to here. Also, putting Vector in the squad does kind of work better because Vector and 416 are a natural pair. 416 only busts the tile immediately in front of her for 40% damage, which Vector wants. Because damage determines the strength of Vector's Molotovs, which, you know, giving her full power means that she has like the best Molotov in the game. It does the most damage on impact and has the highest damage over time of any of them, except for like, well, Mod 3 Micro Uzi works in a different way. She has like a wave effect on hers or some shit. Something like that, I forget the specifics. That makes her better for some fights and equal in others. But yeah, like, and Vector only busts directly behind her for rate of fire. 416 already has like a pretty high DPS. Like, she already has a really high damage stat. And is a generally pretty strong AR, so giving her even more ROF is just... I mean, you can see it for yourself, like look how much IPS is with the Vector's rate of fire above. Look how much 416 IPS is everyone else for damage. It's a lot more even in the chapter 8 fights, not longer fights, because Val can get off her fucking grenades, and she shoots 3 grenades at once and can hit multiple targets, so that she does a lot spread damage with that. But most of the time it's just 416 rule the roost. Sometimes Vector gets like a super high score, depending on the enemy. There's a small horde of weaklings, and the Molotov takes them all out. Vector will come MVP. 9991 is usually MVP over here. Occasionally get like a freak thing or like Groza OTS 14 does most of the happens to get it because she does a lot of like the finishing off or whatever, but or like because then 9991 misses a bit. But otherwise, having 2 extra bodies of each of a gun usually sees you outperform. I need to raise their fairy. I just need more data. Cause there's like other ones who need their skills done, like AR team need all their skills done up except for M4. Like AR 15 I think is also done, I forget. Yeah, she's also done this, the rest of them need their skill up. Yeah. I don't want to do this. Yeah, you just go knock these 2 out.
私は負けませんから。正義がこれが私とあなたの差です。勝ちました。あなたが指揮官ですね。
Briefly, we were using Parsec to watch something, and I heard myself like how I sound through my mic on Chris's end. And I might adjust my mic to be quieter. It's because I am a very breathy person, especially when talking, and also I just naturally breathe heavy. I assume it's something to do with the fact that my nose is constantly fucking stuffed, but I kept getting self-conscious because as long as I could hear myself, I kept getting self-conscious of my my breathing and noise in general. It's kind of like, oh, I really do make a lot of noise and a lot of just breathiness. And getting a bit out of breath here because I keep talking very quickly. Like I'm running out of time or need something, but I don't know. I don't know. That's just me being weird. And you can go do that. You might as well. I need skill up as well because she's not at the full smoke of like only needing 1 second to throw her for a smoke grenade like Ingram does, but she can be that. She just needs to get to skill level 10. She's like skill level 5 now, which means more intermediate data, which is proving to be harder to keep a hold of than even the advanced data. You want to do the whole story, like the full game story, not just because like I like the game and it would be neat to show off its story, which I actually quite enjoy and find quite interesting. But also because that way everything's up to date for Singularity, in a sense, you know. Singularity is definitely next month, we just don't know when, but they've suddenly kicked up the pace of oh hey, there's 3 on the map right now. This has actually worked out slightly better than it usually does. Alright, no, because this is the lower version. That's right, you always have like 16 on the map at this point because the higher version, the emergency map, starts you with fewer enemies at the start, but has the same requirement. So you need to spend like 2 extra turns waiting for stuff to spawn. That's problematic though. Fucker. I didn't account for that. Oh, we should be fine. She only needs like one to get to... Yeah. We're good, we're good. Yeah, because I just wanted, you know, the whole thing streamed and recorded and in the playlist for when Singularity rolls around, basically. That's because it's a good game, it's fun. Pardon me. And, yeah. Well, as I said, I quite like the story. We got Neural Upgrades a bit earlier than, because like Neural Upgrades first released with Singularity on the older servers, so we got it like 2 months I guess before Singularity. So it'll be interesting to see how that gets introduced in Singularity's story. That's where it first comes up. M4A1 was actually the first to get a Mod 3. Well, her and AR-15 got theirs at the same time. I think in the story, based on what happens, like AR-15 must get hers before M4 does, based on just like the rest of the story's events, like what's happened before Singularity. We'll see what I mean when we get there. Basically, like, the way things go, like AR-15 would have to get hers first, I guess. Maybe not. Depends how they do things, I suppose. Does anyone need? Yeah, RO would need. Don't need to do it that often, but it just occurred to me there. Oh, I'm actually gonna burp this time. Oh fuck, that didn't mute. I poked the button and it didn't mute. I don't know why I keep trying to use this pen for things. I haven't actually used it to try drawing yet, which is part of the reason I got it mainly. I'm gonna keep putting that off just because it's, you know, games, writing, everything else. I do want to draw though. We have OCs I wish to show the world. I also just draw for my own self-contention. Also because I get dumb ideas and then, like, you know, no one else is gonna draw them unless I give them money. So, you know, best to have the ability to curse the world directly. Okay, hang on. Fuck's sake, come on. Oh, there we go. I had a stir fry for dinner, so it's gonna be like this for a bit. Oh, very fast. There's something getting the client update which has like customizable. You can like how you can have your commander has a sprite. You can customize their appearance now. It also means like commander items are not going to be entered in gachas and those rewards and shit, which is annoying. I would rather just have more resources. God damn it. That one just came up, I didn't have time, I'm sorry. You know, the expedition one that interests me, because apparently you can, it's like another, sort of like logistics, you can send like certain T-dolls off. And also apparently they have like, you can send dogs off with them to help find shit, and you get like points or whatever that you can bring to like a black marketplace to like get special unique equipment for certain T-dolls and other shit. I'm just saying, because if I can use it to get like either resources of any sort, like, you know, tickets, batteries, anything, probably wouldn't let you do that, but anything. Apparently the expedition menus also are like 416 gets a mod 3 at some point, being the first 5-star mod. She has like an extra special resource that you need to go get a ton of. You can only get that through the expedition menu apparently. So having that all prepared and ready by the time we get to her in like a year's time, probably, would be really sick. I just really want log. That was the fast clear again, I realized. I'll do the long one this time, because I keep summoning all 3, so I might as well do the long one again. And it is like more efficient to do the fast one, so we'll do it. And we'll just whatever stretch the fancy, I suppose. We only have all 3 like fairly easy squads to use. Might as well, you know. The rations are quite diminishing. They're gonna fall below 30,000. It's nuts to think that that is diminishing when ages ago I used to operate where like 10,000 was special. And now it's at the point where like 20 to 30,000 shoot, like I want to make 30,000 normal in my head. It is normal. And falling below that is abnormal. It's just the scaling up. Like, you realize, after a while you realize you just have your views of what's good and bad is like scaled up accordingly. Yeah, I'm going to I'd say moment of truth, but we've had so many of them so far already. You tap the screen, you usually skip it, you know, just run. Yeah, don't even lie to yourself about it. Just save save the disappointment. Let's go for long form. There's a thing in work today. As mentioned, the presentation. And that took us to like, it was meant to be half 5, but we ran over because it was like each team was starting a group of teams. I think maybe it was all the teams. I don't know, but like all the dev teams at least got to like go around talking about like what they're doing, why they're doing it, and you know what wins they had and what the future holds. Shit, I forgot to turn off my email notes. But there you go. PayPal sends. I have a PayPal and they send me stupid ads. After this one, I'm gonna go turn that off. I think only these 2 assault rifles down in the bottom left corner can give me what is it? Can give me 3 stars. Cores. You do this. Up, and then you can go down and around, and then he'll run with you, and it all checks out. Oh, huh. That? I felt something different without realizing it. That or they didn't run that way last time. do some maths. 5 left, 10. We only need 1 extra spawn, so you might as well go take with that. That way you can resupply, wipe everything out here, and then just go straight to the command post. Either way, it's still free for 3 turns, so. I think you just genuinely count. Maybe you hit one of them on the first turn, so you could spawn another one on turn 2. No, because then you wouldn't have enough moves to wipe out everything else. I think it's 3 turns any which way for like the map ass rank. You have 6 turns to kill 16, but I could sometimes do the emergency in 4, but usually 5. It depends on what spot, like where the enemies walk at different points. Oh wait, shit. Because he didn't move, he was still standing on that heliport. So we're gonna have to wait a turn, because now we need to wait for 1 more to spawn. Whoops. This isn't actually a better way of doing things. Oh well. It's interesting to me that like they suggested they automatically fill Twitch search tags. Give Girls Frontline English, RTS, action, and shooter. And while like it is about guns and like soldiers shooting them and all. In a sense. I don't know, like action and shooter don't quite fit it, RTS does. Well, it's a curious mix of art, It's not really RTS, no, it is, I guess, purely turn-based. You just have real-time combat and everything else is turn-based. I would say that still counts as ultimately turn-based. I don't think I finished that presentation story. This is what I'm like when I'm not, I don't have like a set topic list to follow. I'm just like, it's the same thing with like the solo Monster Hunter offline videos I did, where I just went on such mad tangents and kept distracting myself and forgetting things. But yeah, like, I went overtime, I went to like, then they ended at 5:30, went to 20 to 6. I didn't finish the presentation story. Hello, knocked. But yeah, like it went to 20 to 6 because people talked for so long about how good their teams were, and so basically I got like, I just counted that because we used flex time system. I just counted, I was like, you know what? Yep, this is all work time. I'm walking out 40 minutes early tomorrow. The best part is no one's going to argue. I don't really know what the point of it was. It was meant to be like a kicking off the financial year by talking about all the good shit we did, but it was basically just saying, business is really good and we're making lots of money and everything's fantastic. It was just like, great. I'm glad you're keeping me 40 minutes after work for this. Flex time is so good that honestly, like, I don't know if I could go back to a job that doesn't have it. It's just such a nice way of doing things. I'm gonna go back to the fast version. So you there. You there. Yeah, I'm also being put on a team for a project for like, my position on the team is literally just it's just listed as for existing stack elements, which basically just like, I'm the code monkey who is to like make additions to already existing files and shit whenever it's the people who are actually developing stuff develop it, and it's just kind of like, great, thanks. Fantastic. I don't know why I'm here. And they're insisting on like we need to have meetings and we should have like group meetings in like the client's office where we're all face to face, and that's down in Dublin. And they're like, oh, you need a train. You only take a train at like 6:45 in the morning. It's like, I wake up at 6:45. I'm not going. They're like, we can do a Skype thing, but we prefer we can do Skype if anyone needs to, but we prefer to have everyone in the office. I just told them like, no, do the Skype thing. I'm not going in. Yeah, like, you literally cannot make me. It's just not happening. It's not happening. I am not destroying my sleep schedule because you want to stare at my face, staring at the ceiling, saying nothing. Because these meetings, at least based on the first two we had that were like both. The first one was a regular like hour-long meeting, and then the second one was a full-on like 4.5-hour fucking mess. And it was just all the team leads talking in circles about what the project is and what they're planning to do. And it's just like, why am I here? Like, I literally did not need to be here. You could just tell me the summary version. And they did. The summary email told me a lot more than the actual meeting did. It was just like, why am I here? You don't need me for these meetings. This is the so-called agile methodology. Right? It's based on a lot of buzzwords and people in management positions feeling good about themselves while you have to like stare down incredible like fairly strict deadlines of like every week or every 2 weeks or whatever. It's just like great. Fantastic. I'm glad you're all obsessed with this. Instead of just, you know, letting me get on and do things as I was doing them. This doesn't, beyond making me feel stressed about time, doesn't make me actually do anything any better. It's not any better in that sense, it's just doing the work you were already doing, but you just have a stricter deadline. And that's the much vaunted agile methodology for you. Very hopeful for like a split second there, but it turns out the pencil just didn't activate the screen properly. I think before I went into this, I had like maybe 20 to 30 attempts on this map just from grinding levels or grinding for certain, just for grinding like spare T-dolls for like stat fodder. And now we're at 222, and I still don't have AUG. Oh, I'll speak of the devil. You. Feast. You're next. Just clearing this stack of people who need stats. There you go. Oops. Fairly power through the now. I guess we're all down the ones who don't need that many stats. Any left? And there's not. No, Scorpion, you'll have to wait. That's what, like one core. Over here. The only person who's actually getting shot at during all this. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't understand agile methodology. I don't know. It kept being made a big deal of. There was a whole course in university in like second year that was dedicated to like this is agile course. It was like, alright, you can take this as a subject and learn agile methodology and do things the agile way. I didn't do it. I was like, yeah, fuck that. I don't care. Like, I'd rather. I think I did networks that semester. Oh no, I did computation theory in place of that. I was like, that sounded a lot more rad, and it was. And I was like getting into like, okay, it's time for like talking about finite state machines, and here's like fucking like symbols in the place of words, and we're like writing entire systems using letters and numbers, but not in the way you know it. Here's how to explain a sort algorithm using only a pair of Greek letters and some lines. And that was the entirety of computation theory. That and just discussing finite state machines in great length. I got quite good at deciphering those fuckers. Not that they were exactly like tricky to do once you knew like what the fucking symbols meant, but hey. I don't know, I don't get it. It just seems like a whole load of wank and just management making themselves feel special and cool instead of anything actually being done to improve project speed or development quality or anything. Especially since it explicitly foregoes quality checking in favor of speed. There's a whole like, well, things have to be counted as done by getting them tested, but that can be put on the back burner or like, you know, lowered down as needed to get stuff in during sprints. It's kind of like grit. Just actively degrade the quality of this already fairly patchy at times code. I have across the course of like 3 months already found like 2 or 3 different bugs or things, or just like loopholes in code that had been sitting there for like a year or 2 years. One of them was sitting there for 4 years and it just never happened to be hit, so it never fucking exploded until I happened to come across it and accidentally stumble into it while like trying to fix, well, not fix, just like change something according to like an edit request. Things like that in most business. It feels that way. It's just why are like business majors a thing? Why are like management courses a thing? Like everyone who seems to take them is just an asshole who just doesn't seem to want to just, you know, just seems to want to make themselves feel fancy at the cost of actually doing anything. The fucking client, like the manager on the client side for this, like this, our team's general product has always been like, he's been like trying like we should bring in like more agile methodology, like we should use this whole system called Rally to like keep track of quote unquote user stories to have better control over feature design and shit. It's like this, you know, GitLab exists, Fabricator exists, you can just write an issue saying what the problem is, what you want, and just post it there and we'll do it. You don't need all this fucking stuff about user stories and fucking, you know, controlling the design of features. Like, you don't fucking need all this shit. You're just adding a third program that does something that we already have 2 different programs, 2 different fucking like web apps that already do this, and we're already abandoning one in favor of, like, we're abandoning Fabricator in favor of GitLab because it just does it better, and now you want us to add this other one. That's how they make themselves feel useful. It's just it's just like, if I wasn't like the lowest rung on the ladder of this team, I would have throttled this man by the throat. He's not a bad guy, to be fair to him. He's just incredibly managerial with all that entails. Just to be fair to him, when every time he visits our office, he does buy everyone, like, he does buy like pizzas for the whole team and shit like that out of his own money. Which, granted, he is like a high ranker in the client, so that probably doesn't matter as much to him, but it's still nice that he does it. Granted, I don't eat the pizzas because I don't like cheese, but he does it, and that's the point. But then he turns around and says all this shit, and it's just like, oh my god, just stop. Just to sit, you know, you told us what you want, to sit in the corner and look pretty while we just do the fucking code. Oh good. Not that it matters, it just draws us out of it to step over. Do you not ask for a cheeseless pizza? I mean, I guess, but then I would be like, maybe other people would eat it. Is Domino's even, it's usually Domino's, they even do cheeseless pizzas? I've never tried one. I should probably should do that at some point just to see if I actually like them. But usually for like the big, like the presentation thing, for instance, today, like the, you know, office boss ordered in like piles of pizza. Everywhere does a cheeseless pizza. Well, hell. Next time we have a gallery, I should do that just to try one, see what it's like. But it's partly because A, for ones like this, I usually forget, and B, I also feel like, you know, I'm the only person in the office. No one in the office is like lactose intolerant. Yeah, I know it's a pretty big thing in the world, I guess, right enough. They do want more money. They do want as much money as they can get, so they will accommodate everyone. God bless them. The one good thing about capitalism. But yeah, like no one in the office is lactose intolerant, so they all just get like pizza, and I would just be like, I feel like I would just be the asshole being the one who, it's not even a medical condition. I just don't like cheese. When I just be the asshole asking for a single pizza just for myself, as the certain thing. Would everyone else feel weird about eating it? Vegan cheese. That's why you lie. It's pretty hard to lie to them about, you know, like, being lactose intolerant when they see me eating a yogurt every day for lunch. It's not like a lactose intolerant beneficial one either. It's like fucking, what's the brand? It's like Spelga. It's just plain ass strawberry yogurt. This is my own home blend of yogurt. I just put them in the Spelga containers for satisfying. Yogurt isn't dairy though. I thought it was, because it isn't like milk like a fairly serious. It's yogurt, it's its own thing, guys. Exactly. I made it in my basement. You'd be quite surprised. I'm being sarcastic. I see now. I'm unsure about these things, but when you said the second line, I see you're being sarcastic. When it comes to like food stuff, I'll just automatically doubt myself about things. I guess dying back a bit. What is vegan cheese made of? I guess it would just have to be like chemical, right? Like just more so than usual. It's just instead of like the dairy bits, it's just also more chemical. Unless it's like some form of like, maybe there is like, there probably would be like some kind of plant you could like coax into being cheese like fungus or something. I think it's made from seeds. Ah. I'm interested in, always interested in like all the different ways to do like vegan versions of stuff. It's always like, man, fucking like life finds a way when it comes to people wanting to eat sausages without having to eat sausages. I'm still tempted to buy vegan eggs. Oh, that's a weird one. Like, are they like eggs in the sense that they have like shells, or is it like already like I guess, cooked or whatever eggs? Not cooked, but like split eggs or cracked open egg. They also have like the actual shells. That's actually like really curious. I think the only vegan food I've tried is like, what is it? Oh fuck do you call it? It's that brand of like vegan meat. It's like all tofu with flavoring. Only seen them in egg cartons and nutmeg, but never opened one to buy. Fair enough. Corn, yeah, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, like, I mean, the one I tried was like some steak or something. I was like, it was alright. Even to me, even like tofu with flavoring is still kind of flavorless. I mean, not flavorless exactly. It's like, I can kind of tell that the underlying thing itself is not the source of the taste and flavor that I'm enjoying on it. Basically, their mince is shit, weird texture. Never tried the mince. I guess it would have a weird texture. It is all just tofu and shit, isn't it? Or soy as well. That doesn't really lend itself well to mincing, I would assume. Because even as a big fucking clump, it was kind of a bit weird. I did once because Connor mentioned they used like a portobello mushroom cap in place of a burger patty once, and I tried doing that once, and it was just kind of like, I mean, yeah, that is just a big, vaguely beef flavored pile of mushroom. Tesco's spicy bean burgers are nice. The McCartney sausage is pretty decent. Spicy bean burgers. That intrigues me. Alright, enough of her, but because like a thing we're going to, because another member on the team is leaving. We're going to, I forget the restaurant's name, and they actually have like their menu mentions something about like a bean burger, a Mexican bean burger, or something like that. I might try that instead of just going for like whatever chicken option was there. Just out of curiosity. Veganism is becoming quite popular, right? Yeah. I think like, the moment I noticed it was actually becoming like very popular was like whatever, was it Marks and Spencer? Whatever place it was suddenly like again having vegan sausage rolls and shit. It was like, oh shit, and then you hear about like Burger King or wherever having vegan burgers. It's like, oh yeah, this actually is becoming very popular because they're starting to make like things of it and like seriously advertise it and all the rest. It's like, oh yeah, this is becoming very popular. I guess fair play. I don't know if I exactly trust corporations to make vegan food in Greg's. Yes, that was it. 'Cause that was the one that fucking dipshit. The department name, the department store for a name went fucking hog wild screaming about it because oh no, there's an extra sausage roll on the menu. Hello, Hammer. We're talking about vegan food. Hang on a sec. Sadly, no. Streamlock hasn't happened yet. A bit over an hour, and all has yet to appear. She's right there. I've actually done this enough times that I got the regular rare drop from this map. I have the regular rare drop from one of the other maps as well, just through sheer persistence. That one was from an auto battle even. So, yeah, so we beat boats against the tide. I never remember the back half of that quote. Yes, like the whole initial uproar over like the fucking vegan sausage roll. I'm still convinced that was like a reverse ad campaign. Like they paid dipshits to get mad about it just to bring attention to it and make it seem controversial. Well, at least we got a core that time. But you know, like, cause like I just can't fathom why anyone would ever be upset otherwise. Like, why do you do? They're not, like, I guess there's some people who get screamy because they're taking our meat away, even though they're literally not. It's just an extra thing on the menu. But, fucking, I will never understand people. Come on. There we go. What else was there? I will say, I don't know if any of the ones in town, I'm pretty sure there must be like a burger place in town that does vegan burgers. I don't know if any of the big ones actually do, big ones in like the regular fast food asshole chains do one, because I'd be interested in trying a vegan burger at a place like that. Whereas I'm pretty sure there must be like some actual burger focused place that isn't a fast food chain. There's loads, of course. I need to actually go around and try restaurants and other places and shit just to, because you know, like I have money for myself now. Along the lines of this is not my way of thinking, it must die for its spreads. Yeah, I guess that is it. It's just unfathomable to me that people think that way. There's a fair few on Botanic. That shouldn't surprise me. Right enough, that is like the heart of the university district, so it would make, yeah, should have it down there under. Tribal burger is meant to be quite nice. Where's that? Is that just also like around Botanic, or? I need to try these places at some point. I want to go back to that one Kathmandu kitchen, I think it was, or Kathmandu kitchen. Not a burger place, but it was like the chicken stuff they do there, because it's all Nepalese chicken stuff with spices and all. Was actually really gorgeous. And Nathan said there was another one to try there, just across from No Alibis. Hey. At some point I should go try that. Basically, when I'm off my Christmas break, I'm just gonna like I'm just gonna go out occasionally and just, well, like for lunch, just go get the various burgers. Nothing truly amazing, but it was good. I quite liked Kathmandu, like the whatever, I forget what it was. It was one of the chicken ones, and it was like also one of like the spice things. That was like a spicy, not a soup exactly. And there's a spicy dip alongside something else, but it tasted gorgeous. It was fairly spicy, but it was also very gorgeous. Love the taste of that shit. Then like the older stuff is like basically all chicken and lamb. And yeah, the Sangvis bots are quite tall. Also, dishes are signed, but I really hated the special dish. Fair enough. I didn't try the special because we were just in there for a teammate leaving, funnily enough. Actually, no, that wasn't the teammate leaving. That was celebrating one of the senior engineers getting married. The time before that was a teammate leaving. And now there's another one leaving. So we're going to be going somewhere else to sample yet another kind of chicken. And we're getting closer to like being able to like have the Sangvis bots on our own side, because like the Halloween event it has like Alchemist and I think Architect both like front and center as like story members. So like, you know, we're getting closer to eventually just being able to steal them. Yeah, it's really nice that our team does that. It's like it's really the team's very comfy. Everything's very comfy in this place. It's just management can just be needling, I guess. They're annoying. They're not bad management. They're just annoying management. But the actual team and everyone going together for stuff like that's like really nice. It's very, very comfy. Shit. Denied. That doesn't matter. The additional rate is so low that it barely matters. But that'll help. What was it? There is like a office habit thing where like this is like not just our team, it's like it's become office wide. I don't know which team started it. But usually like whenever it's someone's birthday they bring in like buns or whatever just to for everyone else in the office to also partake of. Which is, yeah, it's like you have to do it for your birthday. But you know, hey, it's still nice. And like usually the team will take a break or whatever when it's someone on our team. Whoops. There's like a little bakery like 2 streets over from like the front of like our office's industrial park, and that's, you know, basically that place loves us. It loves everyone from our office just because every time they see like the the company like badge on, or like if someone has it on or whatever, like they're on their ID card, they'll just be like, oh shit, yeah, we're making money there. Because they just go around, grab 2 boxes of crap and bring it back to the office. Some people do bake their own stuff, which is quite nice. Well, again, because I'm fussy about things like chocolate, I rarely actually eat any of it, but I will happily wish them like happy birthday and then sit around on my phone and lazing about for the break we've been given. You bake your own birthday? That's pretty rad. I want to learn how to bake cake. There's a lot of things I wish to just learn to try and do myself. Mind you, I don't know if I'd so much eat the cake myself as just bake it to like give to other people. Oh shit. Alright. Oh wow, you need to fuck them. Haven't baked in ages. Haven't had a reason to. That's just how I imagine you said that. Baking. There is a thing I haven't heard of in a long time. Gluttony isn't the reason. You need more gravitas to the voice. I cannot summon enough to match the required amount. I know it's not enough. Oh, don't you? Car's Greedfall, by the way. Did you manage to beat Greedfall, or? The Harvest event starts tomorrow. On PC at least. Alright. That must be them. I mean, they probably have like a rerun of it for console. Just because it is the season. I got half of it played, haven't touched the console in 2 weeks. The cycle begins anew. One of these days. What was it? Yes, I don't know when I'll do it. I might just like whenever David gets around to playing Iceborne again, or when like Nathan or Kieran get it or are playing or whatever, I'll probably just get my master rank up and probably do like the monsters we're missing from me and Chris's run and just do them myself. I do want to fight them for just, if only for completion's sake. And I'm not the master rank level yet, but I'll build that up and get to that at some point. Sunday, sister's bringing the nieces over, so she can't stay over like originally planned. Well, you know, there yourself after a point. You do. Once this weekend's clear, I'm gonna put the call again for the second half of Dungeon World. If not next week, the week after. I know like your review on and all, like you could have just had a regular day of fight. That's not the way we awkwardly do things. Also, partially because like I don't really have. Well, I kind of do. Because basically, I wouldn't have like fresh movies or whatever the fuck to watch if everyone came around, or games or whatever. There is one I don't have that can get, and that's from movies. It's kind of like, nah, I don't really have any recent ones. Probably would have. I mean, maybe. But it also just felt like, like I don't know, guess a bit of a waste if we felt like we had the mic but we couldn't pull it off. It's no biggie anyway, like we'll get it together. Oh yeah. Speaking of event things, I need to ask, Nathan's already seen like me tweet about it. But I need to ask him directly if he can or wants to. No, have you heard about Promare, however it's pronounced? It's Studio Trigger's like first film, like first actual like genuine film. No, well, it's Studio Trigger's first genuine film with all like the fucking absolute ape shit things that they do. Like everything, you know, like it's basically the Kill la Kill style, but like with a movie's budget behind it. That's getting a UK cinema release in it's like one night only, like 7 PM Tuesday at the Odeon, November 26th. I'm going, David's away to France that week, so he can't. I can send you the link after this if you want to go sick. I need to ask Nathan and Kieran if they also want to. Oh wait. It's like, it's Tuesday night, that's the thing. The 26th, oh dear. The 26th of November. You're in London. All these people doing their travel. Oh well, I'll ask Nathan and Kieran and see if they've also just fucked off to foreign countries for the last week of November. And if not, I'll just go myself. You're in London. You don't have to say sorry. It's not like I'm going like, oh, someone go. I'm just like telling you in case you want to join. That's fine. There's nothing to be sorry about or anything. Like, you know, I'm fine going myself. I'm just like asking around in case anyone else wants to join me. You feel bad. I would like to join. I mean, you and David can commiserate. There's always the Blu-ray release eventually, but I'm fucking going to see it in the cinema because like cinema, surround sound, and big screen. Yes, it looks pretty rad. Like trailer's nuts. Like it sounds great. Chris seen it and he went. He fucking loved it. He explicitly told me. I am, yes. I'm grinding for AUG, the time limited one. She only drops from S rank kills on the boss or S ranking the map. And S ranking the map takes about as long as just fighting the boss like 2 or 3 times. Including all like the menuing and shit. So, you know, it's basically just like you get more done by just fighting the boss directly than you do for trying to like fight the boss and then also S rank the map. So like, you've seen how long it takes to do the boss. It's like a minute, 2 minutes at most, depending on how distracted I am or whatever. Then you're like mapping on one turn. It takes like 3 turns. You're being perfectly optimal to S rank the map. Making my London trip into a London and somewhere else trip, but solo traveling feels so complicated. Oh, you're just going by yourself? Okay. I don't know anywhere in England to like recommend, I'm afraid, so couldn't help you there if you want to go on a dander. Enjoy London though. Do tell us like what antics you get up to and how many knife crimes you witnessed. Oh, abroad, okay. I am getting cores, like, we're getting like not as many as like if I was doing dedicated core runs on like maps with like higher core drops, but we are getting like a good few. Across all the attempts so far, I've built up like, I think genuine like 50 cores and I've used all of them across like the past, you know, like today and the past 2 days. Which is actually a fair whack, because like it also counts cores from like quests and stuff. And absurd as it sounds, like everyone here has gotten like 2 levels out of this map. And you just, like, you see how much experience they're getting. They're getting like 60 times whatever their modifier is when they need like tens of thousands. M4A1 is not over the diminishing returns line, so she gets basically nothing. And everyone, like, even she got like not two, she got one level out of this that knocked her over the line. So yeah, we're getting something out of this very slowly. Also do my own knife crimes card. You know what? Yes. it's a, you know, doing something familiar in a foreign land. It's, you know, it's basically a new experience. Windows 10 seeks to update. Windows 10, it always wants to fucking update. No, we're not doing any restart options. Fuck off. At least 12 on the Rage Day of Christmas. Ah, the classic patterns. Should probably actually go back to the main screen and check the timers for everything. There is a chapter 3, like the emergency hard mode version of this map. Has an auto battle ongoing, and I think it ends like around 10. It's like a 12-hour timer, and I set it like near 10 o'clock. Basically after I got into work this morning. Something like that, I forget exactly. Basically just praying that eventually Streamlock will kick in. But so far it has been defiant. Very defiant. How are we doing? 44 minutes. Okay, so I was actually close to the 11. I think it was a 13-hour one, I forget. Oh well, that suits. Let's repair RO, because she's taking quite a beating. While Hunter is a low-level boss to us now, she still packs a fucking punch. If she can hit you. What was it? Oh yeah, I was thinking of like, because like Deminox Machina will be finished soon, I'll be back to, Last of Us is a recent release, but it feels like a less of a one I had to hard focus on for being new and possibly long. I was thinking of just like alternating and like maybe like solo streams of Monster Hunter, because I don't have it on PC yet. I was going like, you know, alternate them in and just like get up to the master rank for the thing. May just go into like people's lobbies and help them with quests or whatever. I don't know. Some there's to do on the side. On top of like, you know, Girls Frontline story streams and the Halloween event stream and the major story event next month streams, and we got busy times ahead. Deadly Premonition, doing that. Like, it's pretty much like after Blasphemous will be Deadly Premonition, because River City Girls doesn't come until like November. There's much to be done. I'm still debating if I'm going to stream like Luigi's Mansion 3 or Pokemon or anything like that. I might not do Pokemon because I might want to just like play that myself. But I might do Luigi's Mansion 3 after all. I did buy that physical, yeah. Because like, you know, always buy physical if I can, and also like the limited run games edition looks pretty sick. was like, oh, I skipped over her, but that was the rare. She was the rare drop for the map again. The regular one. Wait, where is she? Yep, there she is. CZ805. I have to go to the toilet, so I'm just gonna. I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna take a shit actually. So, no, for giggles. Watch them make weird faces at each other. Be right back. Hang on, I'm gonna, cause I saw Discord pinging there. Into my settings. So it was mentioned that earlier when an email popped. I forgot to go and turn on notifications. Let's see. I think that's everything that would go. What a miss. I didn't need to learn how to drive just cause fuck buses. They're doing my head in even more now cause like autumn winter traffic has started, which means the bus will just not appear. Sometimes or just appear like 15 minutes late. Hello, Chris. I don't doubt it's easy. But it's just like money mainly. It's just actually buying the car and insurance and all the rest of it. I'm thinking like, you know, next year I might as well just at least learn to drive, even if I don't get the car then. And if I do get a car, it'll just be like some this cheap pre-owned thing that at least isn't falling apart. It'll be a godsend when I do get it, honestly. Not least because I can then cart my own shit about on top of just being able to go wherever. Because I have ideas. Also, I'll actually be able to show up on time to things. Instead of like appearing like anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour late sometimes, depending on buses and or foot traffic. Here we go. Someone I follow on Twitter. He's playing this game as well. Had got AUG on like day one, and they posted that they just got like TAC 50 within 75 tries of the chapter 5 one. So I'm just sitting here going like, I fucking, this is it. This is the retribution. This is like for all like the mad stream luck. We're getting like a second contender on stream. This is the retribution. This is like the game taking it back. Like I've spent every last bit of luck I had. You lit. I am a wizard. I never late or early. I arrive exactly when I need to. I was ready. It's just the screen fucking up. This is why I drink. Tap water, nature's bounty. The nice thing about Promer is it's after work, so I literally can't be late unless I decide to just lie about the office inexplicably for 2 fucking hours. And that'll be the one movie I'm not late to. I don't know why I turned the fan on for this fight, but fuck it. Maybe I'll get a core out of it. I did not. Rip that fairy command. Here, knife for real.
私は負けませんから。お前の罪をあなたのターゲット確認リストか。すべて。
Oro managed to not get hit during that. Hey. I'm gonna end up having to spend like all the days of this rescue event just getting AUG. Never mind anyone else. By God, I'll do it. I will raise this fucking attempt counter to like over 1,000 if I have to. Pardon me. Wow, so I'm getting paid next week, and it was something I remember going like, I need to buy this, but I don't remember what. I think it was a game, but I don't remember what game it was. I was going to mention on things, I was like, oh shit, like this thing looks pretty neat, but I forgot entirely what it was. That was one I saw on Twitter. But... oh yeah, it was like someone made like a Game Boy style game that looks pretty neat. I think it's on HIO. I remember, pretty sure I remember tweeting that. That looks pretty neat. I might snap that up and I'll give it a whirl on stream as well. Oop, that time again. What game? I don't. Hang on, let me see if I can find the name. What is that thing that sounds like Luigi saying spaghetti? I'm not. I'm not sure. Yo, let's see if I can find my 3 off in accuracy. Okay, let's see. Profile. Do you have any more? Don't want to burn her. I mean, I already have a copy of her. It's fine. I'm not going to use her. I know she's like the normal rare drop from that map, but fuck it. I need that core more than I need her. Scroll down. I think I retweeted it last night. What are you gonna do with all of those? Make another I'm not kidding, I'm gonna make a dupe because I have ideas for her. I could have sworn I retweeted it. It was 2 days ago. Come on, you asshole. There it is. Professor S and the Mysterious Labyrinth, which is on HIO. Which is a maze, like sounds like a puzzle game, it's like a dialogue focused game, but it looks pretty nice. I really like the aesthetic of it. And why not, really? It looks kind of RPG-ish almost, honestly. Although I think it's more just like puzzle game and dialogue tree shit. But still, it looks really nice. Looks like a charming wee thing. fuck it. The next run we shall let's go for like the double, like the S rank the map. Let's get the 2 shots in, because why not? Just for variety. This is voodoo. I know it takes a bit more time, but yeah, hey. Break things up. Keep things fresh. Oh, they tied. They tied, but they give it to M16. That's fine. Even though she was actually listed under M4 for in the damage counter on the side. She's on a roll. You can activate fairies, like, while your unit's moving to the enemy unit on the map. It still counts. Haru did take a bit of a hit. Another dang good entertainment published game came out in Steam today. What one's this? It sounds like target. Oh, that's the boss. That's Hunter. She's like shouting like target acquired, which is basically the boss like warning you like she's now locked on to like one of your units is about to start firing. The bosses all have their own like little calling card lines called disc creatures, very much inspired by Game Boy Pokemon. Does it have the aesthetic? Disc creatures could actually be like a cheeky name for like Monster Rancher of all things, actually, because the whole thing about that was like monsters are sealed in giant stone discs. You know, stand-ins for CDs. Pardon me. I'm kind of sad that they have no real way of doing it again. Maybe if like the PS5 does have like backwards compatibility, you create in like the original Monster Ranchers and like pull off the whole thing where you put a CD or another disc in for it to read and spawn a monster out. If it was possible to recreate that on like a console that just let you play those things again, fucking 10 out of 10. I adore Monster Rancher 2 specifically. That's the one I played more, honestly. While I'm here, I'm not doing anything else on the computer. Let's go to the gander. Don't fuck all the wires. Alright. Disc creatures. It's only 10, fine too. Oh yeah, that is Game Boy as hell. Look at that. And sure enough, they come out of discs. That is quite Monster Rancher, actually. Pokemon is obviously the blatant inspiration by far. Oh man, that's actually pretty rad. That really does have like... The frame rate's obviously a thing, but that really does have the whole Game Boy aesthetic going. You know what? Pop that on the list, just so I remember to get that at some point. But I am intrigued. I'll world that, shot at that. This is all just extensive bullying, just because, fuck it, why not? Now remember, we need to like leave it so that on top of these 5, another one spawns here at this blank helicopter. Now there's 6, so we just have to wipe the map and then get to the command post and we win. S rank.
出てる。いつか奴らにとって変わる。いつか。
She only has 2. You have more. You go in.
隙を与えるな。
You might need an extra turn actually to get. I got the 3-turn one earlier and I forget exactly how hard. And I think it's based on like that time the SMG unit up here didn't go up that way. It walked into one of my units instead. But yeah, because now they won't have enough ammo to take like that little get in the corner. Still wait. I'm probably not actually gonna build it, but I'm still waiting for the day that IDW's Mod 3 comes out on the English server. So that's gonna be a fucking funny ass day. Of all the units that could get like special upgrades to make them more powerful, they decided to give IDW one, and then they just went full like piss take with it. Actually, nah, you've 2. You can do it. It all works out. Well, she can't make it to the command post if she goes for him. Although that will run into her if she stands there anyway, so. I just go for it and then stand on the command post. But yeah, like IDW gets like an upgraded form, and on top of just being a very screechy, very common submachine gun, IDW as a unit is actually like comical because she has extremely high evasion. As far as submachine guns go, her issue is that she just has kind of low health and has fairly shit damage. She's also bizarrely, she's like the most accurate or one of the most accurate SMGs. Like her stat spread is just fucking comical as far as like submachine guns go. And then for her upgraded form, they give her an equipment that tanks her damage even more, but gives her like fucking plus 30 evasion. So she becomes like the single best, like single most evasive SMG in the entire fucking game, but she can't damage anything. They just take the piss of it and just like, fuck it, there you go. We turned her into like the greatest dodge tank to ever exist. But she can't damage anything. That was really worth it. She can't damage a single thing. And it's just like, why would you do this? Why would you not just let her have damage as well? And it's just like, you can get stats, so you should. Like I said, Bubsy. This is the only way to be, really. You even get one out of that? Fuck hell. Super annoying and wholly ineffective at the same time. I mean, she's at least effective at one half of the submachine gun job. She can dodge hits, but that's literally it. And her tiles, like her buff tiles, are still functionally fucking useless because like she gives evasion to assault rifles. Assault rifles aren't dodging anything ever. They have bad evasion and also shouldn't be on the front line where they would be dodging things. It's just... She is just a walking meme gun, and they decided just to play straight into it. Come on, activate. Come on. Oh, core. Oh yeah, get like the fairy helped for that at least. 15,000 ammo. Not that it really matters exactly yet. That's still like, oh. Somehow I've only accumulated more parts, ever more, which is fine because parts are very slow grow rate anyway. It's just bizarre to me that they're not like the second highest resource I have. Like I feel like if that happens with parts, you either like expect into it weirdly, or you're just like something you're either involving in too many fights or something is going wrong. I do wonder how they're eventually gonna handle like you know, acquiring the boss units. Like they all more or less, all the ones I see more or less do map to each of the gun types, and they do get quite flexible with them anyway. As seen with like Jill from VA11 being a handgun unit despite never actually using a gun, among other things, or Dana being a shotgun unit despite having a rocket fist and just punching the shit out of things, which is just beautiful. Like Hunter is obvious enough, she wields 2 giant handguns, although like only like very specific handguns in very specific scenarios are actually like very good damage dealers. So I kind of wonder, would she just buck the trend and be the one who's not very good at support but just have like insanely high DPS? Or would they just like retrofit her to be more of a support unit if you do acquire her? All the ones don't have that problem. Ones like Dreamer and Architect could very easily just fit into like the rifle category, because they are like long range, extremely long range units and do fuck tons of damage. But I would like for Hunter at least to like be the handgun who just breaks the archetype for the class, and it just has like the damage of an assault rifle or something. The damage of a rifle or machine gun. There's no class for things like RPGs or anything, but they are opening more to the idea of like RPGs and other high explosive weapons existing. So on top of stuff that already exists in the game, like the Airstrike Fairy, having peeked ahead because I was nosy about what they get, M4A1's mod 3 just gives her a fucking like rocket launcher, or like a rail cannon or something. She's got like this shoulder mounted like super cannon that just fires explosive shells. So like they know that these weapons exist and they're starting to give them to like mod 3 dolls and stuff. But it's just kind of like, are you ever going to make this a dedicated class for these things? Which Sanguis gun are you marrying? You haven't actually faced her on a stream yet. She's not actually been a boss in the story at all. But probably Agent. And you'll probably know why when you see her, because she does appear in story cutscenes. After her, it would have to be, like, I guess, after like barring her, it would probably be like Ouroboros or Hunter. Does she have white hair and red eyes? I wish. Sadly, no. Like, she's black hair, and I think just gray eyes. Not many of them actually have white hair. Like, there's Hunter, and I think that's kind of it. Because Dreamer is black hair. No, Executioner is white hair. Destroyer, sorry, not Executioner. Destroyer has white. Executioner is black hair. Destroyer has white hair. And then I think the rest, like Agent's black hair, Ouroboros is black hair, Scarecrow, Executioner, black hair. Dreamer's black hair. Yeah, like they're basically they're all mostly uniform except for like Hunter and Destroyer, which is odd. Because they otherwise do adhere to like the general Sanguis color scheme. Actually, that's right. No, Alchemist has white hair. Alchemist might actually also have red eyes, thinking about it. So there you go. We'll find that better. She's on like she's the chapter 6 boss. She's also in like the Halloween event next week. So we'll know our answer by then when we get to see her being wacky in a Halloween event. 354. I think we may well hit like get over 300 by the time I'm done tonight. Maru needs to be fixed up. She hasn't lost a body yet, but she has like taken a whack. He's getting close to losing one. On ones like this, M4 just damages everyone else by miles. It's kind of funny. I do wonder why like she sometimes drops behind and M16 wins on certain fights, because like they're both ARs and like M4 just has an extra body, so an extra gun. Oh. My phone is connected enough, is still like aware of Girls Frontline going on. It's not pinged me to tell me that a logistics operation has ended. Even though I'm in the game on my iPad, I thought it would like stop sending notice when I logged into the other device. And sure enough, back you go. 7 minutes for that auto battle to complete. Like they can drop from auto battles. Like it was nice. They also stressed that in like the event announcement. Like, oh, auto battles can also get them, which is nice. It's just that, you know, the odds aren't any better. In some ways, they're probably a bit worse because in the time an auto battle takes to complete, you can do chunks of attempts, say like 100 attempts or more. Hey, at least it does it itself. Let's get back there. I will say it doesn't feel like it's been 2 hours, even though there's been basically doing this one map only. The wonders of chatting. Fuck. There's still several days left. I can still pull it off. Oh good lord, if it isn't making me worried. I've had it worse. Going for fucking Say in the VA11 event was probably the worst by far. Cause that was like, I think that was like just shy of 400 attempts it took me to get her of that map, and that was more involved. Like that involved like actually fighting like multiple units and actually completing the map and all that. For a lot of it. Whereas this is just their attempts, but they're all just like run in, fight boss, go out. I don't think anything, well, I would hope anything, nothing tops the Say runs. But AUG is getting fucking close. Not for overall time spent, for like attempt count, for sure. And I still have one gun to go after this that I don't have and want to get. Well, I also have auto battles going for her, and I feel like while the game doesn't say anything about like the chances of getting them, I feel like she's probably like easy to get just because she's a 4-star one. I don't actually know Like, they didn't give us like a drop rate because they don't have to. It's not a gacha, it's just like a random spawn chance. And no one's like data mined it or anything, sadly. I don't know what the drop rates for the regular, like, limited drops are. That would, I would imagine it'd probably be the same as that, maybe a bit less, but we have no way of knowing. At this time, at least. Grande 1 Remaster came out in Steam today. Hey! Are they releasing them separately, like Grande 1 and 2 Remaster separately? Or are they putting them together? It was only digital only on console, wasn't it? Or at least here it was. Well, yeah, it's gonna be separately like that was. I'm pretty sure that was separately. Pardon me. 2 was on Steam already. Huh. Oh, was it like released like ages ago on Steam already, and like now they've only just gotten around to the remaster of 1, so now they've like updated or put that on Steam to match. Fuck. Yeah, okay. That's kind of curious. Still fair enough. Did they update like 2 so like they give it the remaster release in the same slot, like the same name or whatever, or did they like, are they just not releasing like the remaster on Steam or PC or whatever? Do you know? They only have the double pack on Switch. Okay, I might grab it on Switch, just because it's just become the thing I get everything on now. You can get used to its UI because, like, as far as I know, like, Blasphemous runs the same on all systems, so I might just grab Blasphemous on Switch. I should check that just to be safe before I get it, but if it is the case, I'll probably just grab it on Switch anyway. The encoding got overloaded there for like a split second, so I think that's the sign of, like, you know, like there's a bit of surge in the ether. If it doesn't happen now, it may not ever happen. We are damned. Two minutes. So I can get like another, I don't know, 2 runs? 3 runs? Probably 2. It'd be nice if they did update 2 like that. Instead of just doing the thing where just take down the old listing and put the new one up with a higher price or whatever, as has been the somewhat aggravating trend. I do have ideas for what I want to do with Vlog when I get her. It's like a team to build around her. Although it is in part reliant on titles that aren't actually on the English server yet. 2 in particular aren't coming until Singularity, the big story event, which is next month. At least we presume so. But She is distinctly powerful, just because like her ability essentially lets her like just shoot at the highest, like fastest possible speed, and just like spray and pray on like all enemies. Like she just picks any target regardless of row or whatever. Where the assault rifles usually have to attack the frontmost enemies. And like the rate of fire cap for assault rifles, like for SMGs, assault rifles, and rifles, the rate of fire cap is 120. AUG's ability lets her break beyond that and shoot at the rate of fire cap for machine guns, which fire at 150. Yeah, like against single targets, it's basically she just fucking murders them. Like she just goes apeshit and destroys them. She's like incredibly good for like boss slaying in particular. It's like once a boss's minions are all dead, her ability kicks off, and then she just drills like 1,000 shots into the boss, but then the speed of the multi-fist girls Frontline really is. And like yeah, basically she's fucking great. And that's part of why I wanted the part is, of course, she's goddamn pretty. And also fucking rare. Jesus. Have more stats than I know what to do with. This is not the PP-19 I'm looking for. This is PP-1901. I don't know why they both have their guns with such similar names in here. I'm not even sure if they're from the same country or what. But they're both SMGs, which is the weird part. Get you just to go. Alright, I think you were the one who's on the same timer as they. Yep. I just kind of kicked into this before showing them the results screen, which is weird, but alright. We've done it! We've done it! The auto battle! Stream look! Oh, let's take that screenshot. Oh, wow, 2000. Fucking God Squad. It only took 2 hours. It only took me like 3 days of this shit. 2 hours of wishing for stream luck. Are things that find your pocket belt's Twitch channel. Alright. We're in it. Fucking auto battle too. I didn't actually expect the auto battle to actually pull it off. I was just doing it just for insurance, really. Okay, that's a spam bot, looks like. I think that's a spam bot. I guess not as said as respawn. If you're not. Oh, that was the last all in the set too. Oh, that was the very last one on the dot. Yeah, that's just. Yeah, it was just a spam bot, definitely. I don't know why like a fucking. Why it's like an overlay offer, one of all things. But whatever, we've done it. Also, thank you, Chris, for taking the shot. Your duty's done. Yeah, but there she is. But like. There she is, like her skill right now has an auto, like, spray at 150 rate of fire, but has an accuracy penalty. At max level, at skill level 10, the accuracy penalty is just gone. Like, she has no accuracy penalty and just fires at top speed in the entire game for like 6 seconds. Are they just uninhibited? And you also notice that her like tiles are like semi-unique for assault rifles. She doesn't. Assault rifles usually only buff submachine guns. She buffs all guns for damage and accuracy, which is fucking crazy. She pairs incredibly well with like rifles and shit because of that. The only other assault rifle who can do that is M4A1, who has the exact same spread and like can also buff. I think she just buffs all ARs actually. Alright. I don't think she buffs all guns, I think she's just all ARs. Yeah, she only buffs other ARs, but for 18 damage and 30 crit rate, which is pretty great. So you'd put the two of them in the same team and, you know, just fucking laugh. Which is something I've considered doing. Otherwise, like, I don't think it shows it here. But like, assault rifles usually have a base crit rate of like 20%. ALOUD has a base crit rate of 30%. So she's just naturally better at getting crits as well. I don't know if she can pull off crits of her skill. If she could, that'd be more power than God. Because she'd be slamming machine gun level, like, fire with incredibly, insanely high crit rates. And machine guns don't have that good crit rate to make up for the fact that they're shooting so goddamn fast. She's really good. She's like very powerful. I'm gonna have fun like building this. Although 5-star, which means I need a fuck ton of cores to get her anywhere. 15 cores for every, like, for second and third body each. Then 30 for the fourth and 45 for the fifth. And you've seen the rate I've been getting cores in this stream. That's gonna take a bit, especially since there's other ones who also demand more bodies. Hey, that helps. Just for show. Just for now. She's a cheery one. Alright. No curiosity. The other ALOUD going on for a while. I'm just gonna call it there. That's us. We're good. Nobody else found out. I do have to get PP19, but she more reliably appears as like a drop-in event, and I think she's actually like, she was a drop-in singularity anyway. So even if I don't manage to get her here, she will actually turn back up more reliably than AUG ever will. Because AUG apparently only appeared like twice on other servers, and this is like her second appearance on the English servers. So it was do or die, get or now. And we have. Or I have, whatever. Ugh. So yeah, I'll be me. The quest for AUG has ended in success. I don't know when I'll next be back of the stream. Not tomorrow. Maybe Saturday, maybe not, maybe Sunday. It depends on what's happening. But, yeah, when I come back, I'll be Demon X Machina again, because Panic Station's over. I got AUG. We're fine. We're good. It was right to invoke Stream Luck, because I don't think this would have happened otherwise. I'm really happy about that. Okay, well, thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. Yeah, see you either Saturday or Sunday for more Demon X Machina. And yeah, good night. I'm gonna go fucking start planning a squad and start power leveling AUG. Fuck me, I'm gonna need a lot of cores. I need to get more ammo again. Night.